Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is a challenging level puzzle, and it's called Hot Core by physicist from Funen. And here are the rules. And it's a hot core, which a physicist would know a lot about. I don't know very much about it. Hot core, I think, is related to nuclear physics, so I'm sure this he does justice to this. I guess this is what a hot core is supposed to look like. Still, the concept actually sounds pretty cool, so that's why we're playing it. Here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the entire grid with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats in any row, column, or box. We have turquoise. Okay, he's using both of them. So this is, in essence, is a rule set about turquoise and orange thermometers, but he's going to basically describe it. So I'm just going to read it without the orange and the odd. Turquoise thermometers, which are these sort of blue-like thermometers, restrict only even digits. That is, on a turquoise thermometer, the even digits strictly increase from the bulb end, and likewise for odd digits on an orange thermometer. So basically, the thermometers are only restrictive for a class of digits. The turquoise thermometers restrict only the even digits, and the orange thermometers restrict only the odd digits. Digits of the unrestricted parity can go anywhere and in any order on a thermometer. So that means you can have on a thermometer, on a turquoise thermometer, you only are restricted on the even digits. On an orange thermometer, you're only restricted on an odd digit. And it must be continuously increasing from the bulb to the tip for the even digits on a turquoise thermometer and the odd digits on an orange thermometer. And the digits of the other parity, so on turquoise thermometers, the odd digits can go anywhere. There's no restriction on them whatsoever. So they can go anywhere. They don't interact with the even digits at all. And on an orange thermometer, the even digits can go anywhere. So that is that rule part. And then we also have thermometers are strictly dominated by digits of the restricted parity. For example, a 6-cell orange thermometer. Do we have a 6-cell? I don't think we do. But if we had a 6-cell orange thermometer, it must have at least 4 odd digits. So the majority, and not half, the explicit majority, which means 51% or more, have to be of the restricted parity on a thermometer. So on a turquoise thermometer, you have to have at least 51% of the cells must be even. And on a orange thermometer, 51% of the cells, 51 or more percent of the cells, I should say, of an orange thermometer must be odd. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So that means on any 4-length thermometer, you have to have 3 of the same parity, or 3 of the restricted parity, I should say. So on all of these, at least 3 out of 4 must contain odd digits. Same with this one, same with this one, same with these, right? Well, except this one, for the turquoise, they must contain 3 even digits. Interesting. With 3, actually, these are 4. Okay. Okay, so since this is 4, with 4 cells, these also must contain 3 odd digits. Well, if this is not an odd digit, the problem is this must contain 3 odd digits, so therefore these are 3 odds. This must contain 3 odd digits, and therefore this would be 3 odd. But that would mean there's 6 odd digits in this box, which is not allowed because there's only 5 total. So therefore, this must be an odd digit. These have to be 2 at least. These have to be 2 at least, which means, so this has to be greater than all the other odd digits because we have to have 2 at more here. We have to have 2 more here. So similarly, this is an odd digit, and these have to have two more odd digits because, again, you have to have, it's strictly dominated. It's not 50-50. You can't have a 50-50 thermometer. So therefore, 2 of the odd digits are here, 2 of the odd digits are here, which means that's 5 odd digits in box 7, and that's 5 odd digits in box 9. So therefore, these 2 cells must be even. These 2 cells must be even. So this then is greater than all the other odd digits because of the thermometers. So this must be a 9. Similarly, this is less than all the other odd digits, so it must be a 1 here. These are even, these are even. These must have 2 odds each. So there's 2 odds each and with 1 even. 1 cannot be here. 9 cannot be here. Okay, so one of these is even, one of these is even. We know that for certain. 2 of these are even. One of these at least has to be even. One of these at least has to be even, but it could be the central one. We're not sure. Actually, can it be? Maybe. Three out of these 5 must be odd, at least. And 3 out of these 5 must be even, at least. Well, okay, so if 3 out of these 5, well, I guess this could be even in the middle, right? 3 out of these 4 are odd, at least. 3 out of these 4 are even, at least. Oh. Okay. Out of these 6 cells, sorry, out of the 6 cells that have a turquoise, how many have to be even? I think it's all of 4 of them, right? Because they require 3 here. This requires 3, which means there's only 1 potential odd on this whole thermometer for turquoise. So that means this is at minimum 4 evens here, which means it's the exact amount that you need for the row. So therefore, the rest of this row is all odd. So these are odd, these are odd. The ones outside this row must be even, right? Because we can only have 4 odds in a row. Sorry, 4 evens in a row. And we've already counted the odds in these thermometers. So this must be even, this must be even. We don't know where the odds are. If this is even, so this has to be greater than 2 other evens. This is less than 2 other evens. So this is 6 or 8. This is 2 or 4 here. So there are 3 evens in at least here. Actually, there has to be specifically 3 evens. So there's 1 even in the rest of this box. We're not sure where. Let's see. Okay. So this is at least, there have to be three evens here. So this is 2 or 4. There have to be at least three evens here. So this is 2 or 4. Oh, interesting. There must be 4 evens here. Ah, and we know both of these are even. So this cannot be even here. This then has to be odd because we have a 2 4 2 4 pair. If this were even and it were greater, sorry, it was less than two other evens, it would also have to be a 2 or 4. But that's not allowed because of the 2 4 2 4 pair here. And these do have to be even. So therefore, these have to be specifically 2 and 4 less than the other two even digits at least on this thermometer. So then these 3 cells must be even. So this is even, this is even, this is even. Therefore, the remaining cells on this orange thermometer that are 4 in length must all be odd. So these are odd, and these are odd. Well, we have 5 odds in column 5 now, which means the last digit must be even. What other ones do we have? We don't seem to have that many. Okay, so this is 2. We know 1 odd is here. 1 odd has to be one of these. If an odd is here and these are 2 evens, though, the problem is we need another even here. And then there would be 2 odds and 2 evens on this orange thermometer, which is not allowed. So this cannot be even. This has to be the odd, which makes both of these even. One of these 3 is an even, and the other one's an odd. So this is 2 4, this is 4 or 6, this is 6 or 8, because it has to be continually increasing for the even cells on the turquoise. This has to be less than 1 even cell, so, and it has to be greater than the other. So this is a 4 6. We have a 4 6 4 6 pair in column 7, which eliminates 4 and 6 from the rest of the column. Therefore, this is a 2. So this is 2 4 6 or 6 2 6 8. We're not sure which right now. This is also 4 6. So therefore, we eliminate 2 4 and 6 from the rest of row 7, which eliminates 4 and 6 from the rest of the row. Sorry, we have a 4 6 4 6 pair in column row 7, which eliminates 4 and 6 from the rest of the row. Therefore, this is still less than 2 other digits. Therefore, it must be a 2. This then is 4 and 6, and this is 6 or 8. We're not sure which. Actually, well, no, we still don't know. This could have 3. Well, this has at least 3 also. This could be 3 odd digits here instead of 4. It cannot have 2 odd digits, obviously. This cannot be 1, though. Well, we don't know where the other ones are. Anyways. One of these is going to be 4 and 6, which means one of these two at least has to be odd. We don't know which one. And we don't know if it's both. Still could be both. Um. Okay, what else do we have? These both have to be even because it's a 2-cell length blue thermometer, and it cannot have half and half. These must both be odd. Similar reasoning. So this is 2, 4. This has to be 8, which makes this 2, 4, 6. The remaining digits in column 7 are all odd because those are the only ones left. Where is the 1 on these in column 7? This cannot be 1 because it has an odd digit less than it. Okay, so yeah, what are the possibilities here? This could be 1, 3, or 5. This is 3, 5, or 7. This is 5, 7, or 9. This has at least one odd digit less than it because remember, it must have at least 3. So this is at least 3, 5, 7, but it could be 9. This is greater than the 1, so this is at least, and we know there's only 2, so this is even. Which leaves the rest as odd. Right? Because we have 4 evens now here. This then could be 3 or 5 or 7, and this is 5, 7, or 9 because it has to be greater than this one. Well, the only possibility for 1 now in column 7 is here, so this is 1. All the odds are on an odd thermometer, an orange thermometer. So where is the 9? It has to be here. So this is 9 because it's greater than these 3. This cannot be 9 because this is greater than that. So 9 can't be here, 9 can't be here, 9 has to be here. Which means 9 cannot be here. So 9 is one of these 2 digits, 2 cells here. This can be 1, 3, 5, or 7. This is 3, 5, 7, or 9. This could be 2, 4, 6, or 8. We're not sure which. One of these 2 must be even. 2 out of these 3 must be even. And 1 out of these 2 is even, but we're not sure which. Okay. This could be any odd digit, so that's fine. What else do we have? 2 out of these 3 are even. We're not sure which. One in box 7. Where is it? It has to be one of these. Well, not necessarily. It has to be one of these 3 cells. I was going to say one of these 2, but this could very well be an even. So that's not necessarily restricted there. 1 in box 8 has to be specifically one of these 3 cells. Oh, well, where is the 1 in? Well, it could be, no, it could be here too. Dang it. Okay. This must be strictly increasing here. So this could be 1. It could be then 3 or 5 at minimum. This is 9. Oh, okay. That's actually very important. This is 1, 3, or 5 at minimum. 7 or 9 as a possibility. 9 is the maximum, which makes that 7. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. We have a 5, 7, 9 triplet in row 4, a 3, 5, 7 triplet in row 3, and a 1, 3, 5 triplet in row 2. This digit cannot be 9 because it has to be less than everything, and it cannot be 3, 5, and 7 because of the 3, 5, 7 triplet in that row. So this must be a 1, which means this can't be 1. This can't be 3 then, and this can't be 5 because this has to be continuously increasing. The 1 is here. The 9 cannot be here. This must be less than 2 digits here. So this is 1, 3, or 5. This is 3, 5, or 7. This could be anything. So unfortunately, that's not that restricted. Well, we have a 1, 3, 5, 7 quadruplet, actually, in box 2, which eliminates 1, 3, 5, and 7 from the rest of the box. So this must be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. This cannot be 9. The only possible digits now here are even digits. So it cannot be, and therefore, and on top of that, where is the 2 then in row 1? Cannot be any of these because it's greater, it has to be greater than another even digit. So this must be the 2. So this is 2, which means this can't be 2. These can't be 2. One of these is 9. We're not sure which. This can't be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 because it sees all those digits in either the row or the column. So this is the even, which makes this the odd. So therefore, this is 3, 5, or 7 here. We're not sure which one it is. Actually, we do know what it is. We have the 1, 3, 5 triplet, remember, in row 2, which eliminates 1, 3, and 5 in the rest of the row. This cannot be 3, 5 in this cell, so that's a 7, which makes that a 5, which makes that a 3. None of these can be 3 now. None of these can be 5 now. This can't be 5. These can't be 5. This is now 4, 6, or 8. We're not sure which. 7 and 9 cannot be here. Okay. What does that mean? Not very much. These are specifically 5, 7, and 9. But 9... Okay, this cannot be 9 here because this is less than that digit. And it could be 5 or 7. This can never be 3 anymore. Because if this were 3, it would have an odd digit, which is greater than it, before it on the thermometer. So this can't be 3. Which means where is the 3 in column 7? It has to be here. So this is 3. We have a 7979 pair. This can no longer be 5, because if this were 5, the problem is it would have to have an odd digit here. We know there's an odd digit here because it has to be 3 out of 4 on the thermometer. But 3 can no longer be there because of this 3. So this must not be 5. It is a 7 or 9. So 5 has to be one of these 2 digits. 5 also has to be one of these 2 digits. The remaining digits here are 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay. The remaining digits here are 2, 4, 5, 6, or 8. That's a lot. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. We're not sure which. Okay. What? Okay, so one out of these 2 has to be odd. This is 2. Okay, so this is already 1 even and 2 odds. Therefore, this must be odd also. Because you have to have at least 3 odds on a 4-length cell orange thermometer. And it cannot be 1, 5, it cannot be 3 or 7, it must be 9. Therefore, the rest of row 2 cannot be odd, they're both even. We know one of these is odd, therefore we have 5 odds. So these 2, 5 odds in box 1, which means these 2 must be both even. Five, 7, 9. So the remaining digits here are, in box 5, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. But this cannot be 2 because of this 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1 cannot be either of these. 1 cannot be here. Because if 1 were here, The problem is it has two other odd digits at least less than it, which is not possible. So this can't be 1. Where is the 1 in box 5? It has to be here. So this is a 1. This is an odd digit. This can't be 3 either because of the same reasoning, right? There would have to be 2 odd digits less than it, and 3 can never have 2 odd digits less than it. So this must be even also, which means this must be an odd to have 5 odd digits here. Or sorry, to have a majority of odd digits on this 5-cell length thermometer. So this must be a 3. That means these are both even, and they cannot be 3 here. This, if it were even, could not be 2. So where is the 2? It cannot be 4 either. Right? Because it would have to be, so this is 6 or 8, this is 6 or 8. We have a 3, 6, 8 triplet, which eliminates 3, 6, and 8 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 6, this must be 4, and this must be 2. Um, 3 has to be one of these two. We're not sure which. This cannot be 2 anymore. So this must be 4, 6, and 8 to add up to because we have only 3 blue digits, but this must be an 8 because it's greater than 2 other even digits here, but 2 is not one of them. So therefore 4 and 6 have to be here, which makes that an 8. This is a 3, 6 pair, which means this can't be 6. We know 6 is one of these 2 digits, and 4 is one of these 2 digits, because it needs the 4 needs a 6 after it. But we're not sure which one it is. This has to be a 6, because that's the only remaining digit left in evens. One of these is even, one of these is odd. Where is the 4 in row 2? It must be one of these 2 cells, which eliminates 4 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 4 here. One cannot be here because of this 1. So this can't be 3 then, because this has to be greater than that cell. One is one of these 3. That's fine. So these digits remaining are this. One of these 2 is 4. One of these 2 is 6, and the remaining ones are 5, 7, and 9. But this can't be 9 here, and this can't be 9 here. Two has to be one of these 2 here. So it's 2, 4, 6, and 8. This is 4 and 6. So this can never have an 8 here, because it would have to have an even digit higher than it, which is not possible. So one of these is 4 or 6, which means this cannot be 4 or 6. It has to be 8. Which means this cannot be 8. This cannot be 8. We have a 2, 4, 6 triplet in column 9, which eliminates 2, 4, and 6 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this is a 5, 8 pair. We have a 2, 4 pair here, because this can't be 6 anymore. Where is the 6 in box 9 and column 8? It must be respectively here and here. Well, this 6 means this is a 4, which means it needs an even digit less than it. So that's 2, which makes that 4, which makes that a 2. This 6 cannot have a 6 next past it on the thermometer. So this must be a 3, which makes that a 6. This is odd. This is even. None of these can be 6s. This can't be a 3 then. Where is the 3 in box 2? It must be one of these 2 cells, which eliminates 3 in the rest of the column. That's not too helpful right now, so we'll just continue with that. This can't be 4 because of this 4, so this must be 2. This can't be 2 or 6 because of this 2 and 6, so this must be 4, which makes that 6, which makes this 4. Therefore, the 6 must be one of these two cells, which forces this to be 8. So this is 8, this is 4, this is 6. 8 and so 6 has to be here, which means this cannot be 6, 4, 8. This is a 2, 4 pair. This can't be 6. This can't be 2 because of this 2, so this must be a 4, which makes this a 2. This can no longer be a 4. Where is the 4 in row 5? It has to be here. So this is a 4, which makes that an even. The even here cannot be here. There has to be 6 has to be one of these two digits. So 6 cannot be any of these cells. 6 can't be here. 6 can't be here. Where is the 6 in column 1? It must be here, which is therefore an even. Therefore, these two must be odd. You could have 1, 3, or 5 here, and 3, 5, or 7 here. So 1 cannot be here anymore. This is 6. 8 is the remaining even digit here, but we're not sure where it is. Six is one of these two digits. The remaining digits are 1, 3, 5, and 7. So this is, one of these is a 6. We're not sure which. Therefore, we have all even 4 even digits in column 1. This must be odd, and this must be odd. So this is specifically 1 or 3. This cannot be 1, 3, or 9, so this is 5 or 7 here. Let's see, what else do we have? What are the remaining digits in row 9? It has to be 4, 5, 7, 8. Right? Well, 4 cannot be any of these. These two see this one, and this one sees that. So where is the 4 in row 9? It has to be here. So this is a 4. This is therefore even. We have 5, 7, and 8. This can never be 5, because if this is 5, well, actually, it could be. As long as this is 8. This could be 8. So this also could be 8. And it's 1, 3, or 5 because we know there's at least one odd digit between it and 9. So therefore, this is 1, 3, 5, or 8. This has to be, again, 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, and all of those fit. What are the remaining digits in column 6? They can be 1, 5, 7, 8, or 9. That's pretty broad. Okay. One of these must be a 7. So if this is a 7, it requires a 9 next past it on the thermometer. So one of these is 7. It requires a 9 in one of those two cells. So this cannot be 9. This must be a 7, which makes this not 7. None of these are 7. Well, where is the 3 actually in column 4? Cannot be any of these cells. Can't be here. It must be here. So this is a 3. Which means this cannot be 3. This can't be 3. This is 1, 5, 7, or 9. What are the remaining digits in row 6? There are 5, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. We have a 1, 5, 1, 5 pair in box 2, which eliminates 1, 5 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this can't be 5. We have a 3, 7, 3, 7 pair in column 5, which eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the column. This cannot be 7. Where is the 7 in row 8? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, can't be here, so it must be here. So this is 7, which makes this 9. This can't be 9 then. We have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in box 6, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box. This cannot be 7. This must be a 9, which means this cannot be 9. We have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in row 6, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 5 or 7. This can't be 9 because of that 9. Therefore, this is an 8, which makes that a 9. That eliminates 8 from being those two cells. Where is the 8 in box 7? It has to be here. So this is 8 and is even. This is even. This is odd. And these two are odd. And this is odd. Therefore, we have 5. We don't have 5. We do have 5 odds. We have 5 odds in column 4, which eliminates odds in the rest of the column. So this must be even, which makes this odd. So this has to be 8, which makes this a 9. This can't be 9 anymore. One of these is an 8. This is 8. One of these must be a 3, but we don't know which. We have a 5, 6, 7 triplet, which eliminates 5, 6, and 7 in the rest of the box. Therefore, the rest of the box is 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 2, which makes this an odd and this an even. So this must be 2. Where is the 9 in row 8? There's only one possibility now. It has to be here. So this is 9, which means this can't be 9. This can't be 9, so this is 5, which makes that a 9. We have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in box 8, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this can't be 5. This is a 1, 8 pair, which means this can't be 1. This has to be 5, which means this has to be 7 to be greater than it. This then must be 1 and 3. This has to be 7 and 5. Oh, we already knew that because of the 5 and 9s here. Therefore, none of these can be 5 or 7. It's 1, 3, and 6. We have a 1, 3, 1, 3 pair in column 1, which eliminates 1 and 3 in the rest of the column. This cannot be 3. Therefore, this is 5 or 7. Where is, we have a 5, 7, 5, 7 pair in box 7, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this can't be 5. This is 1. This can't be 1 or 5, so that's a 3, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 3, which makes that a 1. This can't be 1 or 3, so this must be 6. This can't be 1 or 6, so this must be 3. So this is the odd, this is the even, which forces this to be odd and this to be even. This can't be 1, so therefore it must be the even, which makes that odd. This can't be even anymore, so it must be odd, and that's even. Therefore, these are the 8s. And this has to be 1, this has to be 5. This has to be 6. This can't be 5 or 6, which makes that 7, which makes that a 5. And this is just normal Sudoku. This is a 5, this is a 7, this is a 5, 7, and a 5. That's how you solve it. Pretty cool interaction between the odd and even parities with the different colored thermometers. And we have thermometers in a hot core, which we need because we need to make sure that things don't overheat and we don't have a runaway fission reaction. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.